Hi, Kia. How you doing today? You enjoying this nice sunny day at the farm? Hi, welcome to the Tom Green Farmcast. We got a great show today with the incredible Paul Bissonnette, Biz Nasty. You know him from one of the top sports podcasts in the world on Barstool Sports. That is Spittin Chiclets. You got to check that out. But, you know, he is just a hilarious, hilarious man, Paul Bissonnette, and a friend of mine, someone I'm proud to call a friend. When he was playing for the Phoenix Coyotes, I was in Nashville doing stand-up comedy, and I ran into the team just at a restaurant. We started talking, and the next thing you know, we became good friends. And whenever I would go down to Phoenix to perform, he would always bring some of the players out to see me at the comedy show. And Paul Bissonnette is one of the great broadcasters in sports, and a hilarious guy. You got to check him out on Spittin Chiclets. We talk a lot about his career and his legacy and his new show. So let's go and have a little look at a clip from the Tom Green Farm right now. Did you know you were going to get in the NHL early? Was there a feeling that you were going to get in the NHL at a certain point? How's that work?
I would say before contact became a thing, I wasn't sure. My goal was at that point to just become good enough to maybe get like a Canadian scholarship and help my parents out where they wouldn't have to pay for my schooling, and and then I could get a job out of there, no debt, right? That was the goal. And that's also what my parents instilled in me, like use this as a tool to get an education. My mother was a college professor. They put me in skating lessons, which helped too. As I became a better skater, it helped me progress to get up to the single A and triple A levels. I wouldn't say I was naturally gifted as far as the most skilled person, but I think that my work ethic and my habits directed me into that situation. And then when I really thought that the NHL could be a possibility was the year before my draft year to the OHL. And sure enough, I was drafted in the second round to the North Bay Centennials.
Yeah, so you're 16 in the OHL. Does that mean you're in the OHL for 3 years then? Or?
I was for 4 years.
4 years, okay.
I played as an underage and three more years, and you're drafted as a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
And I got to play for Team Ontario my first year as a 16-year-old in the OHL. Like after that season was over, if you got beat out in the first 2 rounds, you could represent Canada again at the Worlds. And the Worlds was like everybody, other countries, the best of the best. I played against Alexander Ovechkin when he was that age.
Right.
In Yaroslav, Russia. Well, I walk out to the ice. The whole place is full of people with the army coats on and those Russian hats.
Yeah, yeah.
They're there to watch Alexander Ovechkin.
Sure.
They beat us 6-3.
And how do you find out you're getting drafted in the NHL?
At the time, I was projected to go in the second round.
Yeah.
And normally, the first 3 rounds were on the first day. So some of the players, if you know you're going to go in the first round, you show up, you wear a suit. I was kind of middle second round, and I'm like, okay, well, worst case, I'll drop to the third, no big deal. Well, first round goes by, second round goes by, third round goes by. I don't get drafted on the first day. And it was pretty, I cried. I was disappointed, right? I felt that I'd put so much time and energy, and it's ingrained in you. You're like, yes, I believe what the scouts are saying and what the people judging you are. I'm going to be going in the second, maybe third round. And you didn't. So I was very let down, but I was also grateful for it because it kind of makes you be like, hey man, nothing's going to be handed to you. I was fortunately drafted the next round in the fourth round, the first round of the second day.
It was Phoenix?
No, so I was actually drafted by the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Okay,
and
yeah.
Yeah, you go down and you meet all the management, and you're part of their organization.
How long did you play for them for?
I played 15 games with them, but when I was drafted there, you play 2 more years of junior, and then you sign your deal at 19.
I see.
And then you have a 3-year entry level.
Right.
So my whole entry level contract, I spent in either the ECHL, the lowest professional league, and then the AHL in Wheeling, West Virginia. And
West Virginia, I don't think of hockey when I think of West Virginia. No. Do they know what hockey is down there?
They do.
They do, but
it's just because it's so close to Pittsburgh. Actually, when I was 18, when I went to training camp, I almost made the team as an 18-year-old as a D-man. I had a great camp. And Mario Lemieux was in the training camp because he was coming back that year.
Yeah.
So not only did I get to play those 15 games and be up with Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Marc-Andre Fleury, but I got to do a training camp where Mario Lemieux was on the ice, and I played an exhibition game with him. So it was, I mean, that's if not for health reasons, like him and Wayne are neck and neck.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm so grateful for the time I got to spend there and the people that I got to meet.
Were you kind of like a little bit of an enforcer?
I was more of a player when I was growing up, but when you get to a certain level, you realize these guys are world class and so talented, and as good as you thought that you could get, it ain't happening. The writing was on the wall. Like, I wasn't good at, it's like, what else are you going to do to separate yourself from the pack?
Yeah.
And that was something when the first game I walked in, I never forget, I was in the AHL and my name was fourth line left wing. And I was like, yep. And then I started asking guys to fight. I got 32 fights that year. The year after that, fought 32, and that's not even preseason. So it kind of happened quick, but if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have gotten to make the NHL for as long as I did, or even maybe not even make it at all. And I love the positive reinforcement, especially the first couple times, knowing that was my new role, where if a teammate would get hit or somebody would take a run at them and you would go stick up for a teammate, it was just a great feeling personally. And then you would get in the locker room and like, there was this love amongst the group for you where you're like, wow, like I feel like I'm contributing. I'm really a part of this. And
Debatably the best part of the game, and for a lot of people.
yes,
Rock 'em, sock 'em.
you were on our pod and you played hockey growing up. I think you sent us the picture when you had the neck brace, neck guard.
The neck guard, yeah.
I would imagine you weren't a scrapper.
No, I was not a scrapper, and I was very, very skinny. Like I was same height as I am now, but 50 pounds lighter, 145 pounds, 6'3". But I was playing house league, so there was no contact, right? It wasn't until like maybe I turned 17 was my first year I played competitive hockey, and there was body contact and checking and stuff, and that was my last year of hockey. It's my last year of hockey. Got my arm broken.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
What year did you start Biz Nasty and Biz Nasty 2.0 on social media?
I was very anti-Twitter because just Charles Barkley was on TV saying like, oh, that Twitter's nonsense. Like, you know, and I'm like, okay, well, if Charles is saying it's stupid, I'm not going to sign up for it. After my second or third year in Phoenix, I was like, oh, let's try this out. And I signed on as originally Biz Nasty, and then I was saying crazy shit and like definitely things I wouldn't say now. And I got myself in a little bit of trouble with the original one. And then my agent called me and I was joking about the Ilya Kovalchuk contract.
Okay.
And I like said a few things on there, and somebody must have forwarded them. And he goes, "You need to get off of Twitter. Nothing good can come of this." And so Rich Nair, and I was speaking about him earlier. He was the one who first gave me my job out of playing, and he called and he's like, "Hey, we've had a few of our fans email and basically say, hey, why did you kick him off social media? We enjoyed following him, and he's part of the team, and like we like getting that type of perspective from a player." And they're like, "We never kicked him off." So then I explained to him what had happened. He's like, "Okay, we're going to get you to re-sign as the Biz Nasty 2.0, but we're going to monitor you."
Yeah.
Well, I must have got called into the office, GM's office, probably 5-6 times over the next 18 months. Luckily, in a way, as silly as it all is, like I was getting my early reps. I became more comfortable in front of the camera. Growing a social media following is important, right?
Yeah.
I think I was the first guy in the NHL to reach a million Twitter followers. Guys, I was playing 2 minutes a game if I was even playing. So it was just very bizarre times. I was getting opportunities with Sportsnet. Hey, during the All-Star break, obviously you're not playing in the All-Star game. Let's go to Vegas and do a couple silly videos and push content.
Now you're on Hockey Night in Canada now?
I do a little bit of Hockey Night, a little bit of Amazon. I like to just go around and do different things.
Okay, it's Amazon there. You're on your.
But last year I was doing Hockey Night in Canada. As I normally do about 3-4 a year. Such an honor. Like when I first did it, and obviously still do it 2-3 times a year whenever I get in. Ron McLean, all the OGs and the people were Hockey Night in Canada. I mean, it's such a Canadian tradition.
I know. I don't understand why they can't just keep the opening theme song. Like, why can't they get that back? I was talking to George Strombolopoulos about it. He used to be the host of Hockey Night in Canada.
Yeah.
And I was saying that maybe, what we need to start a campaign is we just get the government of Canada, right?
Yeah.
To just buy it and then just sign away the copyright rights and make a copyright-free song.
You should run on that principle.
Yeah.
Would you ever go into politics?
No. Well, first of all, because I would lose. So then that would be, what's the point of You still live in the U.S.
I do, yeah.
It's different down there, but you like it in the U.S.
So I would say in Scottsdale, it's not, you don't feel the chaos. It's pretty right down the middle. It's a very peaceful place to live. And
It happens a lot when an athlete goes to a city to play. They don't leave the city when they retire.
one, it's an incredible place to live weather-wise, especially during the winter. And you also just, the grid. It's hard moving somewhere. You're like, where's everything at?
So you basically stayed there because you don't get lost there.
Pretty much.
The Spittin Chiclets podcast has become like, one of the biggest hockey podcasts, biggest sports podcasts.
I think it's one of the biggest hockey, and it's up there as far as one of the biggest sports. And just was very lucky to fall into that world and be associated with Barstool and everything they've been able to kind of set up infrastructure-wise for us. So it's been a heck of a run. I'm just grateful that I'm able to talk to guys and kind of still feel like I'm in the locker room when I do the podcast. We had Eddie Shack on.
Okay.
That's
yeah. He must be getting up there. Yeah.
He passed.
Well, he's definitely getting up there then.
Yeah.
He's way up there. How old was he when you did the show then?
He was still going. I think he was in his 70s. And we ended up having to delete like 7 minutes of it just because of how, like, he's old school, right?
Right.
Like, it'd be like listening to your grandpa, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, you can't say those
Or like
words.
Don Cherry or something, Now, what do you think of that? Was it a misinterpreted joke? I mean, it was about Remembrance Day and not wearing a poppy.
Not wearing
and
poppy.
Stuff like that.
He's so passionate about the military and the people who kind of laid the foundation for this country. And I think that he felt that maybe the respect wasn't being shown the way that it should have. And I definitely don't think he should have been off air. I think that maybe an internal conversation and whatever. And it was kind of just all of a sudden like wasn't there anymore.
And Spittin Chiclets, of course, refers to when you get your teeth knocked out in a fight, you spit your teeth out, your teeth look like chiclets.
Exactly. And it also, it's kind of like a double entendre. You get in a Donnybrook on the ice, you get your tooth knocked in, and all of a sudden you spit it out. But yet when you're in the locker room and you're joshing and everybody's kind of slinging the biscuit, so to speak, and you could call that Spittin Chiclets.
You've had teeth knocked out?
I've had teeth knocked out.
Can you like pull your teeth out?
No, when I met you, I could do that.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Was it a fight? Was it a puck?
It was Matt Green. I think it was already dead already, though. And I think that just the lack of blood supply to it, where Matt Green from the LA Kings, it was in Phoenix, he just got up and he punched me with his glove on. And I was like, oh. And he didn't even get a penalty. So I go over to the ref. I'm like, I'm bleeding a little bit. And I got my tooth on my hand. I said, you saw what happened. You have to call that. And he's like, I didn't see nothing.
Tough game.
Tough game, buddy. My last season, I tore both my ACLs. Typically what you do anyway with ACL is you prehab it, which means you let the swelling get down and you continue to activate the muscles around it so it helps the healing process. And he says, why don't we prehab it? You put a brace on and see if you can like get through the final end of the season and playoffs and play on it. I said, absolutely. It's my last year. I'm willing to give that a shot. So prehab it for the next 2.5 months. And then in my first game back, it was probably like 3 or 4 games before playoffs in San Jose. It's the second period. I go for a puck battle and the left one. Whoa,
Yeah.
no way. No. I go to the bench and I said, Murzy, I think I just tore my left ACL.
Yeah.
At that point, I knew I was never going to play another game. That was my last game.
Okay.
And I went back out and I fought Zach Stortini.
So you went back out with a torn ACL?
I finished the game.
Okay.
I played like probably 3-4 more shifts. Like if you watch the shifts, I probably fall 2-3 times each shift. And I was like Bambi. But I just figured, why not make myself useful, take one of their players off the ice. And, also it's kind of like, he was the guy who I hit, who tore it. And it's like, whatever. I ended up getting surgery on my left, and I never ended up fixing the one that I prehabbed, that I tore first.
Yeah.
And it was also kind of like a poetic ending I didn't think that I was going to actually end up making the NHL. Like it was always a dream of mine and a goal of mine. But once I got switched from D to forward, I'm like, oh God, like I've never even played this position really for an extended period of time. So I was just so grateful at my arc and how it all gone from childhood to where I was at that point, that it was just, it was emotional, and it was now time for the next chapter.
You're a huge internet sensation. Do you get more hockey fans in Canada, in a city, than in the U.S., or is it?
I would say I definitely get recognized more in Canada now.
Yeah.
obviously because of the association with Barstool and the clips that they post.
So even though there's more people watching hockey probably in total in the U.S., maybe
350 to 400 million people in the States, and half of our demographic, listeners-wise, is American. I'm from small town, Welland, Ontario, 50,000 people. As much as I love the gig, and it's fun to, like, you know, see your fans and stuff like that, I tend to really like my peace now. You know, you met me at a time where I was having a lot of fun and I was very social. As I've aged, I'm still social, but I don't drink anymore. I don't like going to bars.
Yeah. Are people aware of this, that you don't drink anymore?
Yeah. I would just, I think that your fans, or at least the ones you want, would appreciate some form of growth.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to be like, oh, hey, I'm a changed man. I'm, born again Christian here. Oh, like, listen to me preach. It's just like, hey, oh, I noticed I wasn't as productive and I didn't sleep as well. My skin didn't look as good and I wasn't as sharp for television. The concussions definitely play a factor the older I'm getting too, where maybe I'm a little bit like a little foggy up top.
Do you get a few concussions playing in the NHL?
I got more playing in the AHL when I was fighting against 30, 35 times a year there.
So you get the concussions in the fights or in getting checked?
Both.
Yeah.
Both. I bet you probably from the start of my career to now, like, you're probably thinking, I would say 50.
Yeah.
It was weird though. I came up in a time where you would sustain one, you would go back to the bench and you would shake it off and then you wouldn't miss a shift. Nowadays they have spotters and they'll take you out of the game. They'll probably give you a couple weeks to get the swelling down. They have baseline tests. Towards the end of my career, that was a thing, and even a little bit in the NHL as far as the cognitive, but I wasn't going to miss time when I was in the NHL for a concussion.
Hasn't been a Canadian hockey team to win the Stanley Cup in a long time, since what, 94?
93, the Montreal Canadiens.
Which to me is like, because when I was a kid, it was all Canadian teams always won the Stanley Cup every year for the first, 10, 12 years of my life. It was always, I think the New York Islanders won a couple times maybe. Is there something that changed in the rules or in the way the league's set up that makes it harder for Canadian teams to compete now?
There's a couple factors that I consider. I think that playing in a Canadian market with all the focus and attention the players get, you're going to say, well, there used to be 50 reporters in a locker room in Maple Leaf Gardens when they were, back 50 years ago. And that's true. But the players didn't necessarily have to read the newspaper. Everybody's on their phones, right? They're on these social media apps. So it's a little bit like too much in Canada. Everything's a story.
Oh, wow. So you're saying psychologically it's more difficult playing on a Canadian team because you're being dragged through the media?
Some people love it and some people thrive in it and they need that and they love playing in Canada. I would say that good American players tend to probably be like, no, I want to go play in my home country, and I'm paying, in most cases or some cases, less tax or way less tax. The way that your family can live in peace and not be bothered because you're Toronto Maple Leaf. Everybody knows who you are,
which is an unbelievable thing. I'd never even thought of that before. I mean, Canadians probably don't even realize that their enthusiasm for the game is actually making their team lose.
Also, 93, how many Canadian teams were there compared to American teams?
Right, sure.
So now all of a sudden there's 32 teams in the league, only 7 Canadians, so way more American teams can win it. So
right.
There's a lot of factors working against Canada to bring a Stanley Cup home.
Thanks for coming to the farm, by the way.
Hey, I'm very happy for you, not only with the farm and what you've been able to set up here, but recently getting married. It seems like you're in a great place, buddy. And
thanks, Paul.
You're an OG in a lot of categories that, maybe your demographic and the people that listen to you know what you've accomplished and the path that you've set up for others. But the younger generation, I don't think knows that.
Yeah, you're an OG now too, man. We're both OGs now.
Once you hit 40?
Yeah, we're both a couple of OGs now.
Fucking right, man. I'll take that from Tom Green. Thank you.
Biz Nasty 2.0, thank you so much.
I appreciate
Paul
you, man.
Bissonnette, appreciate it.
Thanks for watching and listening to another episode of the Tom Green Farmcast. I really enjoyed my conversation with Paul Bissonnette today. Biz Nasty. Make sure you check out his podcast, Spittin Chiclets. Tune in again next week. We're on Crave. We're on iHeartRadio. It's a lot of fun. You can listen to the show, the Tom Green Farmcast, which is excerpts of the TV show, the television show, The Tom Green Farm, only on Crave.
It's excerpts.
Excerpts.
Yeah.
Is it really, though? Are you sure?
Excerpts.
Excerpts.
Yeah, like other exerts is a different word.
You're right. Right, that's like exerting yourself,
Exactly.
which is
You have
like,
to exert yourself and say
that's
exert.
what you're doing right now by trying to make this point. You're exerting yourself. Thanks, I appreciate it. My mom's a producer on the show, and apparently I say the word excerpts a lot, incorrectly, every time. Thanks for listening to the Tom Green Farmcast. Stay tuned. This is the Tom Green Farm. It's not the Green Tom Farm. This is my favorite farm because it is my farm. Welcome to the Tom Green Farm. My name is Tom Green. Here I am in my house out here in rural Ontario, Canada.
Wow.
A house that was built in 1857.
How cool is this?
Where we'll be doing a talk show, trying to get Tony Danza.
Your dad can't hear you.
I heard you.
Who's the boss?
I
Get him
can't
up
hear
here.
you, but I can't remember either.
We're trying to get Tony Danza up here. Not in a television studio, but on a farm. There's bears here, yeah.
Do you know in the gay community a bear is a thing?
I did know that.
Of course you do.
We're building a ramp for Tony Hawk.
If you build it, we might come.
Interviewing celebrities.
That was just one of the most memorable nights of my life.
That is intense. They look alien.
You had a freaky career.
Freaky.
I'm just falling in love again and again and again today.
Parle français pour 2 minutes.
Sois capable de le faire?
Oh my God.
Allô, toute la gang.
It's my friend Dead Mouse.
We've lived off of the land so long as that land was able to sustain us. There's something very peaceful and magical about the first snowfall.
Driving along the road in the rolling hills, I'm like, I wish I could just run in those fields, but you never really do.
Gets the blood going, huh? Did you go on Conan dressed as a horse?
Centaur.
Come over here for fun and you get your hand bitten off, right?
This is the great joy of my adult life, is getting into horses.
Wow.
And I'm excited about all the people that we're going to present to you.
I know the legacy of Bare Naked Ladies. I know what it means to other people.
Did I intimidate you with my skills?
Yeah.
I'm a seasoned professional.
You've been making television a long time.
Darth Vader's wiener.
Mr. Tom Green, how are you?
I've only been scared on one set.
Cheers.
This is the Tom Green Farm.